Oh man, how did we get here? Like, seriously, we're just taking any news reported thing that's given out there and just running with it. Let's discuss. Oh boy, where do we begin? So, there have been reports coming out that E3 2023 is going to be basically one of, if not probably the deadest shows this year. IGN has come out and said that they have heard from multiple trustworthy sources that apparently that when E3 2023 comes around, Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony will not be a part of E3. And to me, that just, first off, if you've heard from really good sources, why don't you tell us more of where those sources come from? One huge problem that I have with this is, first off, the ESA, right? The company that runs E3. They have not made a statement about who's gonna be there and who's not gonna be there. They have not made any such statement. Like, you can go and look. Like, there is nothing. They just have the dates of when E3 is going to take place. I believe it's the 13th through the 16th this year. But yeah, the ESA hasn't made any indication about who's gonna be there and who's not gonna be there. And then you've got Nintendo, who does not confirm their plans until like right up until the moment when it happens. So why are we suddenly jumping to conclusions that Nintendo is skipping E3? I mean, Microsoft and Sony, I know Sony has had a history of skipping. I mean, they've always kind of skipped, I believe, since 2019, I believe. But, you know, but why are we just jumping to conclusions here? Like, I don't understand. Like, it says it's heard from multiple good sources. I mean, I get it that you've heard from good sources, but there have been other big people out there who have heard from good sources and they've turned out to be wrong. Look at the Switch Pro fiasco that we're in right now because people have heard from good sources. Anyway, another thing that I have a problem with is the reason why they report that Nintendo is going to skip. They say that Nintendo is going to skip E3 because they have a light release schedule following the release of Tears of the Kingdom. Now, one thing I do have to say about this is when Tears of the Kingdom comes out, I do believe Nintendo is probably going to ride that high for as long as they can. I do agree. I do kind of believe that because that's going to be a game that's going to sell and sell and sell and sell some more. I mean, it just makes a lot of sense that that's what would happen. But I don't believe that justifies Nintendo skipping E3. Because you gotta think, there's other games that are coming after. We still know nothing about Metroid Prime 4, it's lurking out there somewhere. And then you've got Pikmin 4, and then we don't know anything about their holiday lineup. Nothing. And people think, they have such a light release schedule, because guess what? We hardly really know anything about their 2023 release schedule. We know that, and we know that February this month is Kirby. We know that in March we have something. We have that prequel to Bayonetta. In April, not really a Nintendo game release, but we have the Mario movie. And then in May we have Tears of the Kingdom. So that's about all that we know so far. Everything else is kind of shrouded in mystery. Why? Because Nintendo hasn't really revealed those plans yet. We're still waiting on a Nintendo Direct that is probably going to give us more insight and more of an idea of what to expect. We're probably going to get some more information regarding Tears of the Kingdom, but even more so, I think we're going to get a little bit more of a preview of what's coming after Tears of the Kingdom. It just makes a lot of sense. But when it comes to Nintendo going to skip E3 because they have a light release schedule, I find that very hard to believe because right now, we don't know much about their release schedule. And let's go back to 2022. This time in 2022, we didn't know a whole lot about their release schedule. Right before the February Direct aired last year in 2022, we knew that Tears of the Kingdom was coming before it got delayed. We knew that was going to be a thing. We knew that Kirby and the Forgotten Land was coming. We knew that Splatoon 3 was coming. We knew that Sparks of Hope was coming. That's about it. If there was anything else that we knew about, please let me know in the comments. But the point is, last year we didn't really know much either until Nintendo started to reveal more of those plans. So the fact that that's one of the reasons why they're saying Nintendo's going to skip E3, I find that very hard to believe because, again, we don't know anything because Nintendo hasn't decided to really tell us anything. We're still waiting on that Direct. We're still waiting on all that information to come, which should be happening fairly soon, I must say. So once this next Nintendo Direct airs, whenever it is, we should get a better idea of what's coming, leading up to Tears of the Kingdom and even down the road, like even after. So yeah, I don't quite believe these reports yet. Until the ESA, the company that runs E3, makes an overall statement saying, yeah, these companies are out, or if Nintendo themselves comes out and says, yeah, we're not going to be a part of the show, then I'm here to tell you that E3 is still going to happen and they're still going to be a part of the show. Until they make an official statement, I wouldn't believe a word of what IGN says. I know I'm a small little channel here and IGN has like over 1 million subscribers, but I'm telling you, and if they're wrong, and if they're right, they're right. If they're right and E3 is a bummer this year and Nintendo skips and we just have a really dead summer, like, okay, I'll be playing Tears of the Kingdom for a while, that's fine. But seriously, I find it very hard to believe that Nintendo's going to just boop, disappear for the summer. I doubt that. I really doubt that. But yeah, I just had to get my thoughts out on this, and let me know what you all think in the comments below. Do you guys think that these reports are true? Do you think that Nintendo's going to skip E3? Have you guys seen this coming for a while? Just comment below and let me know. If you're new here to the channel and this was by chance your first video, please consider subscribing. I love discussing all things Nintendo, and I live stream on Thursdays. I hope you guys enjoyed the Zelda live stream last night. It was a lot of fun. But anyway, I hope you guys have really enjoyed this video and enjoyed this kind of discussion and just my thoughts on this report, because I just think it's really interesting how we just kind of jump to this conclusion that, yeah, Nintendo's gone, Microsoft's gone, Sony's gone. Of course, I really don't know what Microsoft and Sony's deal is, but I know what Nintendo's deal is, and Nintendo's said nothing, the ESA has said nothing. So until they do, I wouldn't run with this. I really wouldn't. So anyway, that's all for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Until the next time, take care, everyone.